Alright, good day guys, coming here, welcome back to the Langrisser Ragnarok Challenge 3, and of course this is definitely the challenge I hate most because it took me actually more than 2 to 3 days to actually try to figure out, to completely understand and figure out on how to play properly. Yep, no kidding, I admit I'm not that good of a player, and yep, this is a team that I've learned to share with you guys if you guys decide to follow the way I'm playing. So the team we'll be using is Florentia, Ares, Leon, Elena, Liana. Then we have backup, we have SP, Levin, Liana, and Jessica. So Jessica, Levin, and Liana is more of backup. It's not a must to use Jessica. Her only role is in case you need to teleport your teammate to a better position, so later on I won't be using it. And last but not least, we have SPL and Muller, and why not, because he will gain offensive and defensive buff every turn. So the main thing about this play is you definitely need high concentration power. Yes, I'm not kidding. You gotta focus and check out on your teammate who had the debuff. Whoever had a debuff on them, you gotta check and count properly. So something you might want to constantly tell and remind yourself is that the one who is going to get the buff is going to end their turn first, because after you have attacked or you have gained a buff and then you attack or you take an action and your turn, the debuff the debuff that is gonna get passed around, we call it Olympic torch passing, is gonna be allies who are in 2 squares or tiles, straight line positions, meaning up, down, or left, right. So best is whichever characters who do not have the debuff will end their turn, and then the one who's gonna attack the enemy and gain buff, and then they're gonna end their turn beside the person who had no buff, so it get passed on. Because every time you pass on or not, as long as you have the debuff and you end turn, the turn will be reduced. So the only way for the buff to constantly prolong is to defeat the zombie golem, because each time you defeat the zombie golem, they will increase the debuff you had by 5 turns. So initially this stage is not that hard. However, you got to be careful. The debuff are categorized into 3: the red, purple, and green. So green is not a big issue. It will just it will cause the allies to have their defense reduced by 20%. The allies who are 2 squares or tiles around you, so it means the max you can stack is just 5, so that's not a concern. And followed by the purple buff. The purple debuff apparently is important to us because it will increase our offensive stats. It will increase enemies' offensive stats by 20%. So apparently there's a trick, and which I'll explain in a while. So, but last, the one that is the most dangerous is the rig op, because if you had the rig op with you, and when it reached turn 0, the rig op effect is a full screen effect. All allies will take fixed damage based on your 12 times attack or intelligence, whichever is strongest, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, these are the 3 things, the 3 debuff, which the most dangerous is the rig debuff. Once the rig buff gets triggered, it's basically like a bomb that goes off and all of your team will be annihilated. So you always got to constantly do a checking and make sure your team can survive till zombie golem appear, and then you can kill it and get a buff. So I'm not going to go too much detail into how I play, because this is definitely this stage is one of the most heavy RNG oriented stage, because the debuff applied to your team is randomized. Is very hard to it's definitely very hard to just copy directly from the video. I initially wanted to try that, but no, I can't. So the thing you got to do is that take note. You need high concentration power. To be honest, you got to take note of your team and know how to pass. So when you attack an enemy, then you gotta pass the first stage. Then so next turn the one with the debuff will move last unless there's a zombie golem. So the one, as long as there's a zombie golem, the rest of the team without the debuff will either go for support or end their turn. And then make sure you're standing to the teammate that you intend to go kill the golem and pass the debuff to, standing 2 squares or tiles on a horizontal or vertical positions near you. So you get passed around. So end of the day, the trick is at around either between turn 15 or turn 18, depending on your character's stats. You will make use of the summon dog, which apparently there is not juggler. The dog every turn will become either an ally or an enemy. So by around turn 14 or turn 17, where the dog becomes is still an ally, you're gonna shift the dog positions to the top the top area, the top cross sections of the tome, and then you're gonna let the dog end its turn. Then the rest of the teammate is going to pass whichever or whatever debuff you had to the dog itself. So reason being is that I'll put it as turn 17 and 18, where we're going to drag to the furthest point of time. So at below the cross position, the boss will you're going to attack the dog when it becomes an enemy, so all the debuff effect will trigger. So when the dog is an enemy of you, it is an ally of the boss, and this means that whichever rig orb you had with you will detonate and become damage to the boss itself, and at the same time the boss defense will be reduced for each green orb you have by 20%, and then for your allies, your team 4 squares or tiles around the dog, you will gain offensive stats. So this is where you're trying to make use of this ability to try to kill the boss at turn 18, because at turn 17 you kill off the dog and then it will trigger the debuff. Then the boss will be either heavily damaged or reduce his defense to 0, and then all of your characters will have like almost like One Punch Man ability. You can go having your stats go up to 5,000 to 6,000 plus, and then you can aim to one-shot the boss. So before I end this video or end my speech, so do take note that the boss has 3 stages of transformations. On the bottom left, the boss will do an all-round AoE physical attack. So if your character's like Frontier stats is very low, you might want to switch. You want to do a tech switch of Liana with her. And when the boss is on the right side, it will cast AoE straight line up, down, left, or right. So you use your strongest teammate, usually it's Ella, and if your dog is your ally for that turn, you use it to try to tank the damage together, or if not, will be Helena, because she has self-healing if you got an exclusive. Then at the top is the easiest, because when the boss teleport to the top, it will only deal single target damage. So that is easy. So your team, you can just use SP Levin to tank, or if you're confident with your teammate, you can just use any of the characters who are standing near the boss to tank the damage. So most of the time, if the dog is an ally of yours, we'll put it on the right side of the boss position, so he will attack the dog. If not, if the dog is our enemy, we will swap SP Levin on the bottom positions with Ares to tank the hit. So yep, again, I apologize, this is a very RNG based oriented stage. I hate this stage. It gives me a lot of trouble, and I definitely did not do a great job for this. Still, nonetheless, I thanks any one of you guys who has been watching and supporting me in this video. So yep, this is basically the idea and concept, and then you can watch to the end or forward to the end to check out the characters item build I have for my characters. So alright, enough talking. You guys can maybe rewind and rewatch from the start, and see how the stage goes. So yep, and I strongly advise you guys that do not copy this video directly. It almost will not work because this stage is heavily RNG oriented base. So it's almost pointless if you attempt to just copy the video. Yep, the result will be a great disaster. So it's important to concentrate and find out and understand how the effect triggers and how it works. So alright, thank you guys for watching and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you and goodbye. Enjoy!
You know? Useless support, useless scary, use your brain, sir. No matter how many times you get mad. This is our server, and this is our anthem. So high, chibai, puki ma, anji lanjao, putangi namo, bobo, babi, makau hijau, pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na, inamo, 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 nyama, 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 chibai, wow! So high, chibai, puki ma, anji lanjao, putangi namo, bobo, babi, makau hijau, pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na. So high, chibai, puki ma, anji lanjao, putangi namo, inamo, 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 nyama, 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 chibai, wow! So high, chibai, puki ma, anji lanjao, putangi namo, bobo, babi, makau hijau, pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na. So high, chibai, puki ma, anji lanjao, putangi namo, bobo, babi, makau hijau, pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na. Inamo, 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 nyama, 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 chibai, wow! So high, chibai, puki ma, anji lanjao, putangi namo, bobo, babi, makau hijau, pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na. So high, chibai, puki ma, anji lanjao, putangi namo, inamo, 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 nyama, 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 chibai, wow! Babi, bobo, babi, bobo. I meet a lot of noobs because I play in the sea server that's full of animals, you know? Putangi namo. Useless support, useless scary, use your brain, sir. No matter how many times you get mad. This is our server and this is our anthem. So high, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자, 부탕기나무. 보보, 바비, 마카오, 히자오. 반사, 두마, 카니나. 이나무, 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 이나무. 냐마, 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 지바이. 와우! So high, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자, 부탕기나무. 보보, 바비, 마카오, 히자오. 반사, 두마, 카니나. So high, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자, 부탕기나무. 이나무, 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 이나무. 냐마, 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 지바이. So high, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자, 부탕기나무. 보보, 바비, 마카오, 히자오. 반사, 두마, 카니나. So high, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자, 부탕기나무. 보보, 바비, 마카오, 히자오. 반사, 두마, 카니나. 이나무, 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 이나무. 냐마, 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 지바이. 와우! So high, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자, 부탕기나무. 보보, 바비, 마카오, 히자오. 반사, 두마, 카니나. So high, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자, 부탕기나무. 이나무, 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 이나무. 냐마, 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 지바이. 바비, 보보, 바비, 보보. I meet a lot of noobs because I play in the sea server that's full of animals, you know? 부탕기나무. Useless support, useless carry, use your brain, sir. No matter how many times you get mad. This is our server and this is our anthem. So high, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자, 부탕기나무. 보보, 바비, 마카오, 히자오. 반사, 두마, 카니나. 이나무, 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 이나무. 냐마, 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 지바이. 와우! So high, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자, 부탕기나무. 보보, 바비, 마카오, 히자오. 반사, 두마, 카니나. So high, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자, 부탕기나무. 이나무, 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 이나무. 냐마, 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 지바이. So high, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자, 부탕기나무. 보보, 바비, 마카오, 히자오. 반사, 두마, 카니나. So high, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자, 부탕기나무. 보보, 바비, 마카오, 히자오. 반사, 두마, 카니나. 이나무, 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 이나무. Useless support, useless scary. Use your brain, sir. No matter how many times you get mad. This is our server, and this is our anthem. So high, chibai, puki ma. Anji lanjao, putangi namo. Bobo, babi, makau hijau. Pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na. Inamo, 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 inamo. Nyama, 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 chibai. Wow! So high, chibai, puki ma. Anji lanjao, putangi namo. Bobo, babi, makau hijau. Pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na. So high, chibai, puki ma. Anji lanjao, putangi namo. Inamo, 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 inamo. Nyama, 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 chibai. Wow! So high, chibai, puki ma. Anji lanjao, putangi namo. Bobo, babi, makau hijau. Pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na. So high, chibai, puki ma. Anji lanjao, putangi namo. Bobo, babi, makau hijau. Pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na. Inamo, 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 inamo. Nyama, 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 chibai. Wow! So high, chibai, puki ma. Anji lanjao, putangi namo. Bobo, babi, makau hijau. Pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na. So high, chibai, puki ma. Anji lanjao, putangi namo. Inamo, 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 inamo. Nyama, 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 chibai. Wow! Babi, bobo, babi, bobo. I meet a lot of noobs because I play in the sea server that's full of animals, you know? Putangi namo. Useless support, useless scary. Use your brain, sir. No matter how many times you get mad. This is our server, and this is our anthem. So high, chibai, puki ma. Anji lanjao, putangi namo. Bobo, babi, makau hijau. Pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na. Inamo, 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 inamo. Nyama, 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 chibai. Wow! So high, chibai, puki ma. Anji lanjao, putangi namo. Bobo, babi, makau hijau. Pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na. So high, chibai, puki ma. Anji lanjao, putangi namo. Inamo, 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 inamo. Nyama, 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 chibai. Wow! So high, chibai, puki ma. Anji lanjao, putangi namo. Bobo, babi, makau hijau. Pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na. So high, chibai, puki ma. Anji lanjao, putangi namo. Bobo, babi, makau hijau. Pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na. Inamo, 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 inamo. animals, you know? 당기나 뭐. Useless support, useless scary, use your brain, sir. No matter how many times you get mad. This is our server, and this is our anthem. 소하이, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자오, 부당기나모. 뽀뽀, 바비, 마카오, 히자오. 반사, 두마, 까니나. 이나모, 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 이나모. 냐마, 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 지바이. 소하이, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자오, 부당기나모. 뽀뽀, 바비, 마카오, 히자오. 반사, 두마, 까니나. 소하이, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자오, 부당기나모. 이나모, 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 이나모. 냐마, 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 지바이. 소하이, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자오, 부당기나모. 뽀뽀, 바비, 마카오, 히자오. 반사, 두마, 까니나. 소하이, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자오, 부당기나모. 뽀뽀, 바비, 마카오, 히자오. 반사, 두마, 까니나. 이나모, 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 이나모. 냐마, 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 지바이. 소하이, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자오, 부당기나모. 뽀뽀, 바비, 마카오, 히자오. 반사, 두마, 까니나. 소하이, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자오, 부당기나모. 이나모, 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 이나모. 냐마, 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 지바이. 바비, 뽀뽀, 바비, 뽀뽀. I meet a lot of noobs because I play in the sea server that's full of animals, you know? 당기나 뭐. Useless support, useless scary, use your brain, sir. No matter how many times you get mad. This is our server, and this is our anthem. 소하이, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자오, 부당기나모. 뽀뽀, 바비, 마카오, 히자오. 반사, 두마, 까니나. 이나모, 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 이나모. 냐마, 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 지바이. 소하이, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자오, 부당기나모. 뽀뽀, 바비, 마카오, 히자오. 반사, 두마, 까니나. 소하이, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자오, 부당기나모. 이나모, 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 이나모. 냐마, 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 지바이. 소하이, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자오, 부당기나모. 뽀뽀, 바비, 마카오, 히자오. 반사, 두마, 까니나. 소하이, 지바이, 웃기마. 안질란자오, 부당기나모. 뽀뽀, 바비, 마카오, 히자오. 반사, 두마, 까니나. 이나모, 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 이나모. 냐마, 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 지바이. 소하이, Bobby. Bobo? I meet a lot of noobs because I play in the sea server that's full of animals, you know? 당기나 뭐. Useless support, useless carry, use your brain, sir. No matter how many times you get mad. This is our server, and this is our anthem. So high, chibai, puki ma, anji lanjao, putangi namo, bobo, babi, makau hijau, pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na, inamo, 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 nyama, 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 chibai, wow! So high, chibai, puki ma, anji lanjao, putangi namo, bobo, babi, makau hijau, pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na. So high, chibai, puki ma, anji lanjao, putangi namo, inamo, 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 nyama, 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 chibai. So high, chibai, puki ma, anji lanjao, putangi namo, bobo, babi, makau hijau, pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na. So high, chibai, puki ma, anji lanjao, putangi namo, bobo, babi, makau hijau, pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na. Inamo, 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 nyama, 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 chibai. Wow! So high, chibai, puki ma, anji lanjao, putangi namo, bobo, babi, makau hijau, pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na. So high, chibai, puki ma, anji lanjao, putangi namo, inamo, 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 nyama, 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 chibai. Wow! Bobby, bobo, Bobby, bobo. I meet a lot of noobs because I play in the sea server that's full of animals, you know? 당기나 뭐. Useless support, useless carry, use your brain, sir. No matter how many times you get mad. This is our server, and this is our anthem. So high, chibai, puki ma, anji lanjao, putangi namo, bobo, babi, makau hijau, pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na. Inamo, 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 nyama, 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 chibai. Wow! So high, chibai, puki ma, anji lanjao, putangi namo, bobo, babi, makau hijau, pansa, tuma, ka, ni, na. So high, chibai, puki ma, anji lanjao, putangi namo, inamo, 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 nyama, 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 nyama.
この世界に闇がある限り